At this time of the day, I usually go live to both Facebook and YouTube, but my Facebook doesn't seem to want to cooperate at the moment, or Facebook itself, so it's not going to Facebook as far as I can see. So it's just YouTubers today, I think. So as a few people sign on, I will get the advertising part of the day over and done with. This is my second attempt, as I say. I sort of realised that Facebook wasn't coming on board and decided to start again. But anyway, it still doesn't look like it's coming on, so that's fine. We'll just plough on. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things to share with you before we start crafting. We have a starter kit special at the moment, a starter kit plus, which means that you will get an extra, I think it's about $48 on top of the normal great deal. So you get $283 worth of product of your choice for $169 Australian. So that's a really great deal. I think that is, it's probably the best deal we'll get this year so far, and it saves you, I think, about $114 plus postage, because you get free postage with that. Okay, so that's the special there. So that one goes through to the end of the month. And we also have our designer series paper sale, which goes through to the end of the month as well. So that is 15% off selected papers. And if you look in the annual catalogue, I don't think I could find a designer series paper that wasn't on sale. There might be one or two, but they're mostly there. So 15% off your designer series papers till the end of June as well. If you're into paper, why not combine both deals and really save on your paper? If you are placing an order with me this month, my host code is there, VRA7MTPR. I'll pop that into my Facebook page so you can use that. If your order's under $250, please use the code. If not, if it's over $250, just don't put the code in, because you'll get rewards from Stamping Up directly. Okay, so anyway, apologies, I can see a few people signing on. Yes, it's all YouTube people though, so no Facebook this morning. Anyway, all good, that's fine. As I say, I will share it over to Facebook once we're finished. Okay, this is the card, or similar. Oh, I'll get rid of that. You can't see anything when you've got that in front of your face. Get rid of you. Okay, we're back. Okay, so this is, well, similar to the card I'm going to be making for you today. This is actually a card I popped together for my recent annual catalogue launch. It's in Bubble Bath is the predominant colour. I'm going to be changing it slightly and use our new Lemon Lolly for the colour today. So it's going to be fundamentally the same card. It's using a couple of new products, which I absolutely adore. It's using the Petal Patterns dies, which is this really cute little pattern on the back. You can see that a bit closer before I had the flowers, and the textured floral bundle, which is also really, really pretty. So yeah, one of my favorite cards. And these new little gems, these little pearls here, are really cute as well. Actually, I haven't got the bling out for this one, so I'll have to get it out as we go along. Anyway, so as I say, I'm going to make this one here. It's a 5x5 card. You'll find that petal pattern thing behind the scenes there is pretty much 5x5. So unless you cut it down, you can't really go a much smaller. Although I did see someone cutting it down the other day, so I'll have a bit of an explore of that and see how we go. I'll just go watch our chat. Okay, so yeah, so we'll watch the chat. Definitely still hasn't come up on Facebook, which is weird. I hope that's not something wrong at my end. It might be just something wrong with the servers and things. Okay, so let's get started. As I say, this is the textured floral stamp set. It's got dies to cut out all the flowers. I'm just trying to think what else it's got. I think it's just mostly the flowers that it cuts out, and it has a couple of sprays of leaves, which are really nice as well. And this is the Petal Patterns dies. I'll get those out to show you. Here we go. So there's one that's like a background die, which basically is the sort of, and it's got really cute little embossing dots on there as well. And this is the overlay die that with all the sort of the petal detail. Word of warning, if you're cutting this one, or a word of advice, if you've got it and you're cutting it, you may need to use a shim or a metal plate or something like that, something that you use for your delicate dies, because it is quite delicate, and I had to pop it through a couple of times to get it to go. Also, don't cut this one if you've got visitors coming and you want to keep your craft room tidy or paper free. If you've just vacuumed, yeah, millions of little pieces of paper everywhere, but maybe that's just me. I do tend to be a bit of a messy crafter. But it was, yeah, it's lovely. It's worth the effort. So yeah, but definitely vacuum after you've cut that one. Okay, so oops. I have released a new class, but I'll show that to you at the end. In my new my new product class, I released it today on Facebook, so I will tell you about that after. So as I say, this one I'm going to do in our new beautiful bright, and that looks got a slightly pink tinge to it, which is weird. But this is our lemon yellow or lemon lolly. It's a new core colour, and it's just so soft and so gorgeous. It's really nice. So thanks, guys, to all you who are joining on YouTube. Apologies if you're my usual Facebook crowd, but it's yeah, Facebook just isn't cooperating, or my streaming service isn't cooperating. So I'll just show you. I've already cut these out because I did want to vacuum this morning, so I didn't want to have to do it while we watched. This is the background that's in our lemon lolly, and this is the little detail here. And you've got to be really careful because it's in the white. And as you see, you can pop those together and get a really nice instant background, although I wouldn't say it's instant. It takes a bit of doing. So I'm just going to add some glue. I'm just going to use normal glue today. I do have a non-Stampin' Up glue that's got a tiny little brush on the back, which is really good for this sort of thing, but I ran out, so I haven't got any at the moment. But I would use that normally for something like this. But with this glue, I'm just going to pop. You can hear my dog walking around behind me in the background. Ruby! Yeah, I'm just popping it on the larger parts of the die, and then I'll just pop little tiny smidgens on those edges there. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do, mostly because it's going to be additionally stuck down by when I add the flowers on the top. I didn't want too much glue because you know me and glue, we don't get on too well. So you just bring that down on top of the background die, line that up, and the petals should line up pretty much perfectly. There we are. I'm wondering whether this might be better on my green background, since you'll see a bit more detail. I'm just going to smooth that down. I might remove the grid paper. Remove the grid paper and see if you can get any better detail. Yeah, you can see a bit more detail. The colour's still a bit washed out, but that's okay. It's really dark and rainy and yucky here at the moment, so I've got lights coming in from both directions. No, Deb, I'm not using ribbon today, so you can relax. There we go. Right, so that's the pattern. So that's a really nice little background there. So I've got my 5x5 lemon lolly card base, which basically means it's a 10x5, and I've scored it in the middle. I'll pop this on there, and this basically just goes straight on top like that. Now I'm going to use dimensionals just to give that whole thing a wee bit of height, and it's going to use quite a few dimensionals, so stick with me while I pop them all on. I'm going to use little ones, which I don't usually like little ones, as you know. I find them quite fiddly, but they do fit really nicely on these. So I'm just going to pop a dimensional where they have the solid circle is, so you don't have to, so you don't see it through the hole. Ruby, what you doing? Don't trust her in the house on her own. Stevie's already headed off. He's headed up north today for a swim competition. seniors, swimming masters, whatever they call themselves. So I won't see him again till tonight. And then tomorrow we headed off for we've got a long weekend here in Australia, and we've got a long weekend, so I'm heading off for the long weekend with my mum and Steve down to a place called Port Arthur. If you want to Google it, it's in Tasmania. Port Arthur used to be the main penal colony, convict colony back in the 1800s. But now it's just a lovely place to go. So we head down there tomorrow for the rest of the long weekend. I think Mum gets quite nostalgic because we used to spend a lot of time down there as kids in either rented shacks or rented holiday homes, and then we bought one down there when I was in my late teens. So she and Dad used to go there a lot. So she likes to go back. So it should be nice. But if I'm off grid for a couple of days, you'll know that's where I am. Okay, I think that's probably sufficient on the dimensionals part. So I'll bring this in, try and line it up as best I can. Top, bottom and sides, that's not too bad. So there we are. So that's our background. It almost seems a shame I almost just want to add my sentiment box and leave it at that because it's such a pretty background, but we will use our textured floral flowers as well. So, so that's the background. So as I say, that's Petal Patterns, that background, 2-part die, new in the catalogue, which I probably should show you, just so you can jump on now and complete your purchase. Joke, that's a joke, guys. Petal Pattern, Petal Pattern, Petal Pattern. Where are you? Here we are. It's on page 165 of the catalogue, and those two dies, two lovely large dies, are 79 Australian. So if you'd like to order that, I'll put my catalogue down there now. Okay, so let's bring in our dies, our stamps and our dies. So I'm going to, rather than use this one, as I say, this was a combination of Bubble Bath and Berry Burst. Bubble Bath and Berry Burst, all the bees there. But I'm going to use, since I'm using my Lemon Lolly this time, I'm going to, I traumatised about this combination so long, and I wasted so much cardstock trying to work out what to use. I'm going to use my Lemon Lolly. You have to trust me on that. It's very pale. You can't quite see what it is. That's our Lemon Lolly. I'm going to make the centres crushed curry, so it's like a darker yellow. And I'm going to pop my leaves in soft sea foam. So I might just do a couple now, because I have actually already completed them, but I just want to show you how I've die stamped those. So what I have done, and hopefully I still have my little, did it drop on the ground? A little, what's the word, thingy, dauber. Come on, dauber, where are you? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's right. I'll take it from here. Okay, so we'll stamp. I will stamp the nice big flower for you. Excuse me. And then the same principle applies to the others. So with the Lemon Lolly, just going to, and my crushed curry, and I will need my dauber. So hang on, I'll search for my dauber that's gone missing, or I might have to get another one. Dauber, 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 dauber. No, there it is, dropped on the floor. Okay, so here's a little dauber. These are available from the online store as well. So I'm going to pop that first of all in my Lemon Lolly, and then my dauber in my crushed curry. Now with this one, I'm finding you have to get it pretty well inked up. I'm just going to give it a touch of crushed curry in the centre and stamp it. Okay, so that's that one. So you can see it's Lemon Lolly on the outside, and then with a touch of, actually I prefer that to any of the others that I did yesterday. So that's, you get the little accent of crushed curry. Then I'm going to get the centre. So all these little flowers have a sort of a stamen centre. and this one goes with this one. And just to continue the crushed curry theme, I will grab that in there and pop that there. Okay, so that is one of the flowers there. So I'm going to do the same with the next size down, which is this little baby here. Yep. Again, lemon lolly on the outside and just a touch of crushed curry on the inside. And you could use, I'm using a really juicy ink pad, but if you have trouble getting a proper image, remember to pop your foam square or foam silicone mat or something underneath. So that's 2. There's a small one as well. I won't bother showing you that one at the minute. The leaves, there's 2 leaves in the stamp set, sort of this big bunch of leaves here, which is actually fits snugly into the bottom of this larger flower if that's what you want to do, and then the 3s over here. So I'm just going to do the 3 just to show you, and that's going to be in soft sea foam, which I think needs re-inking, so bear with me if it's a bit pale. I think it needs re-inking. It's one of those things that I tell myself I need to do, and then I pop off and finish and forget to do it. Yeah, it feels particularly unjuicy. But anyway, we'll get an idea. There we are. So that's the flower in soft sea foam, which is extra soft at the moment. Okay, also I'm going to use, so that's the 3, that's the images I'm going to use. I've already stamped them and die cut them, so I don't have to die cut them today. I've got a countryside in die sentiment box there, which I'm going to use as well. And I will use this one, which is Birthday Blooms for You. That's the sentiment I'm going to use. And I'll do that in my crushed curry because it's the darkest of the colours that I'm using today. And I'll just pop that straight in the middle of this block. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's get the rest of this happening. So as I mentioned, I already have stamped and die cut all my images. I've got 2 of the big flower. I have 2 of the next size down flower and 2 of the smallest flower. Here we are. And then I've got 2 of the smaller leaves and 2 of the big leaves. So that's what I'm going to be decorating our card with. First of all, I'm going to pop this on the card base. You can see that was one of my attempts. That was a I can't remember what that was. I think it was a lemon lolly fresh flirty flamingo combo. That one didn't work. Okay, so I'm popping that just on glue. I think we've got enough dimension happening with all our dimensionals underneath. I'm just going to pop that on first. Upside down, Miss Jane. Wait a minute. I better go that way because otherwise it's okay. We'll go that way. Oops. After that disastrous video on Wednesday, which people kept telling me it was wonderful how I retrieved my disaster, which was a real disaster. I had to apologise for that one. My brain wasn't in it on Wednesday. I nearly put my card on upside down. That would have been even worse. Okay, so now I'm going to arrange these little flowers around the edges. So I'll start with our nice big one. So I'm just going to make sure that our sentiment doesn't get too much covered over. And then I'll bring in the next sized one. And then the little one. Then I'll bring in some leaves. So I'm going to tuck these in and under, of course. Just gently firming that down. And then I'll come in the other side. I'm liking this yellow. It's really soft, but it's yeah, it's a bit different to our normal pinks, isn't it? We tend to get pink overload sometimes when we're card making, especially with flowers. So we've got that one. And I'm just going to do the same sort of setup. Yeah. There. Not going to see very much of our little sentiment box at all, really. Just the centre there. Bring in this one. There we are. It's so pretty. Okay, last bit of greenery. It's this leaf. Almost seems a shame we're covering up our background such a lot. But I do love my greenery. Is Deb on? Naomi just sent me a message, Deb. Do you know what she sent the message about? I won't say anything. It might be a surprise to you as well. But Naomi just sent me a message. That would be awesome if that's in fact happens. That's awesome. Anyway, okay, so there is all our little flowers. I may actually give this a wee bit of Wink of Stella just on the, maybe just on the centres of the flowers, just to give it an extra bit of blinginess. It's going to be so great. If you'd like to know where I'm staying, just reach out and we'll see if we can all get in the same place. Unless you've got somebody there that you can stay with, that would be good. But if we could all get to the same place, that would be so cool. Anyway, okay, so there. Oh, I forgot that one. All excited now. Okay, so there's our little flowers so far with a wee bit of splash of bling. I might get my bling. Let's see what colour bling we'll use. Now these are the little pearls. These are the 22-24 in colour pearls. I wonder what colour would go. Maybe the green. I reckon the green would be Parakeet Party, but it might be okay. Let's give it a try. Or I can swap to some opaque gems and see how they look. Where's that green a little bit too out there? What do you reckon, the green? Is it too different to the soft saffron? Anyway, I'll have a look. I'll get those. I'll find the other ones. Where's these other ones that I thought might be good? Yeah. Okay, I might need you guys to help me. I might need you. There's the these are the actual lemon yellow opaque gems. What are these ones called? These are the adhesive backed solid gems. So we could go the green. I'll bring them close so you can see the green from the pearls, which I think is too limey green, or we go, yeah, we go the yellow from the solid gems. I think that's the way to go. I'll give you guys a few seconds just in case you surprise me and go the other way, but I think we're going to use the yellow. Just waiting. There's a bit of delay there. You like the green. Okay, Kathy likes the green. Let's see, yellow from Evelyn. Yeah, I think it is nice, Kathy. It stands out a little bit more. I don't think any of the other colours would really do justice. Or the blue, no, the yellow. The brown might be okay. We've got a couple for yellow now. Let's go yellow, and I'll make another one later and use the green. So anyway, so I'm just going to pop these little things around the place, just taking advantage of the little gaps in the flowers there, wherever I can see a little, enough to actually pop a bling on there. There we are. That'll do. And I'll pop a little square panel inside as well. Okay, so that is, and I hope you're getting to see how pretty that is. That's the card I wanted to show you with today. So we've got a combination, as I mentioned, of the textured floral bundle and the petal pattern dies, which are absolutely glorious. So they are both really brand new products, just been out a few weeks. And there is my bubble bath berry burst combo there as well. So yeah, I don't know which one I like best. I love the pink, but I'm not really a pink person, but I love the yellow. The yellow is beautiful. Okay, so as I say, that was a card I popped together for my recent launch. So I hope the ladies who watched that didn't mind too much watching it again, but I thought it was just way too nice just to leave in the launch group. But anyway, there you go. So that's all I needed to show you today. Oh, one more thing. I'll show you my next product class. Pop these away. So if anyone's interested in doing one of my product classes, I have 3 cards designed for that this time. We're using the Circle Sayings stamp set and the 2 3/8 inch punch, which isn't handy, but the punch and the stamp set go together in the bundle. So you can buy the bundle and get the class. I think if you buy the bundle, the class is only going to cost you another $10. So I think the bundle class is $82.25, something like that. So you get kits to make 6 cards, so 2 of each, plus the bundle for $82.25, 25 or 75, I can't remember. You can get just the card kit for $28, so that's 6 cards for $28 if you've already got the bundle. And yeah, you can just buy the PDF for PDF and videos for $10 Australian, and that's available worldwide if anyone's interested in getting the PDF and videos. This one's really cute. It's actually a little shaker card. So I will give you enough of those little sequins to make the shaker, but you can buy extras if you want. And you will need, just as a bit of a warning, I have put it in the post, you will need the adhesive strips to make this class. But you can add those to your order as well, and I'll give you a discount on those if you add them at the time of purchasing the class. But anyway, so that's the class there. Hopefully you enjoyed our little cards today. There we are. So that's the 2 we've done. And hopefully you guys will join me again. Apologies to everyone on Facebook. You're just watching this as a replay. But as I say, technology let me down this morning. So, but anyway, I will hopefully be back on both platforms during the week. So grab